Hi, this is Kite with AS Photography, and today we're talking about the best camera settings for shooting wildlife. Now, normally when you're shooting wildlife, you're not going to be close up. So, you're going to want to use something like this. This is a 80 to 400 zoom lens. It will really reach out and touch somebody, if you know what I mean. You can zoom in from quite a ways away to get what to get the close-up of whichever animal you're shooting at. Maybe if it's a very scary animal, you don't want to be close at all, and this is what you're looking for. The settings for the camera and the lens, best time to shoot wildlife is, of course, the best time to shoot something that's going to be moving, and usually wildlife is moving, would be during the day, during bright sunlight. Sun up, sundown, closer to the middle of the day hours, so that there's a lot of light. More light means that you can stop the action faster. So you can stop a bird in flight, or you can stop, I don't know, a wolf running across the tundra, whatever you're shooting. But needless to say, you want to set the camera on the widest. If you want to blur out the background, then you want the widest aperture possible. So this one only goes from a 4.5 to 5.6, and when it's zoomed all the way in, the widest it can go is 5.6. So during the day, you're going to get good pictures at 5.6. Then you want to set your camera. If you have an automatic digital camera, you can set your camera on aperture priority and set it to as wide open as possible. So that means that as much light as possible, and then it will adjust the shutter speed according to how much light is coming in. So if you're letting a lot of light in, then the camera will automatically set itself at a very fast shutter speed, so it will stop the action. Now you can also set your camera to shoot at a certain shutter speed if you know that the action is going to stop at this shutter speed, and then it will adjust your aperture according to how much light is in the area. You can of course also do it manually, which if you know your camera and you have a good a light meter in the camera or whatnot, and you want to do it that way, you can set it up that way. But the easiest way to do it, I think, is to shoot with the aperture priority of wide open as possible, as wide open as your lens will get, and that will give your camera the ability to shoot at the fastest fastest shutter speed that it has at that amount of light. On most cameras, on Nikon, there's a button on the top that says mode. You hold that button down and you roll the little wheel in the back, and it'll switch between S, P, A, and M. M is manual, P is the program, which is like an automatic setting, S is for shutter, and A is for aperture, and that's aperture priority. If you set it on that, then it will, as wide open as you set it, it'll adjust everything for you according to the light. When you're shooting with Canon, there's a wheel on the left that has the different markings on it, from P, TV, AV, and M. AV is the aperture priority setting for a Canon. So if you set that on there, then your automatic lens will do it for you. If you don't have an automatic lens, then get your light settings from in the camera and you can do it that way.